Hi everyone, it's Retro and today we're doing an unboxing video. Now, happy Horizon Forbidden West Day to you and to me. It seems like we've been waiting an awful long time for this day to come. In reality, it hasn't been all that long, but, you know, it's tough times. Games are getting delayed, taking longer to come out. You know, the news becomes fewer and far between, and then it seems like we have a mass of new and exciting games and collector's edition coming out all at the same time. This one here is quite a high priority for me. This is possibly one of the most anticipated games of the year. Now, I wasn't actually going to get this. When they announced the Collector's Edition and the Regalla Edition, I saw the model, and I was skeptical. I said, it's not going to be as big as it looks. And for the money it was, this one was from Game in the UK and was £169. The Regalla Edition is £250, £260, I think. And that's a big price difference, but I'm like, that Tremortusk isn't going to be as big as you think it is. Because I noticed when they announced it and for pre-order, they didn't actually disclose how big the statue was. So I was very skeptical. I took a risk. I was like, nah, it's not going to be as impressive as you think. It's not going to be as big as you think. Then about a day or so later, after they'd all sold out immediately, they released how big the statue was. And as you can see by the box, this is a big collector's edition. And the Regalla edition is even bigger because of all that extra armor and things on the Tremortusk. So I pre-ordered the Steelbook. I was like, okay, I'll just get the Steelbook. It was £80. And I got it, and I was like, okay. And then I was so disappointed that I'd missed out on the collector's edition. I was really mad because I took a risk in not getting it, and then I missed out. And it was sold out, and I was so gutted, and I was just like, the worst. So I was like, I'll just get my game and play it and enjoy it. And you know how these things go down. Once they're gone. You know, I can't even get hold of Horizon Zero Dawn Collector's Edition. It's extortionate, so I give up the quest for it. But the payments were coming off the other day for the Collector's Editions and Regallas and the Steelbook. And, of course, a lot of people clearly can't afford it. Because yesterday, literally like the day before release, a bunch came back in stock, and I was so excited, and one of my friends told me, and I was like, yes, I can get one. I didn't really have the money for it, but like I moved some things around, and for the £80 the Steelbook is, this is only £170. Not forget, I've already bought the Steelbook. So I was like, okay, when the Steelbook comes, I'll take it back and get my 80 back. That just leaves a bit extra. It's worth it. And I went for the Regalla edition, but by the time I got there, they were all gone. That is the one everybody wants, but it is also the most expensive. But I like this one as well. He's a little cuter. He's, a good Tremortusk. He's not the evil Tremortusk that the bad guys are using. So this is the box, and it's quite impressive. It's white. I think the Regalla edition is black, and it's a bit bigger box because it's a bit bigger statue. Here we have Horizon 2 Forbidden West Collector's Edition, 16, no game disc, voucher included for PS4 and PS5. This annoyed a lot of people, and I get it, they're trying to save money, they're trying to keep costs down for themselves and for us, but you get a Steelbook. I'm pleased about this, but I'm a collector, and all my friends are collectors, and we like that physical edition, we like that disc edition. Not only is it good for resale value, not that we'd ever resell it, but it's also just nice to have that physical copy. If you wanted to lend it to a friend, say, you can't do that with the digital edition because that code is literally locked to your PSN. So no game disc. That got people mad. I don't mind too much, because people were there like, oh, I don't want to buy the collector's edition and the game. But granted, you know, in about a year, we can probably pick up the game pretty cheap, and I can just pop the disc in the Steelbook, providing it is a disc Steelbook. I've had some Steelbooks in the past with codes in, and you open it up like, oh, I'll just put the disc inside, and there's no disc slot in the Steelbook, but actually like an insert for a code, and that annoys people as well. So, hopefully, we'll be able to sort that out at some point. But for now, I just want to play the game on launch day. I'm not going to be playing the game on my channel, I've decided. It's a long game, I want to get fully immersed and enjoy it at my own leisure. So I'm not going to be playing it, but we are going to unbox it, and I think I have waffled on quite long enough. So let's have a proper look at the box real quick, and then let's get inside, look at what we got, because I really want to look at that statue. So, the Regalla Edition did actually have a lot of things that this one doesn't. It came with its own focus, art book, steelbook, and a couple of in-game exclusives as well. This one comes with all that, but I don't think it comes with the focus or the some other bits. I can't remember what it doesn't come with, but I'm happy with what I've got. I would have loved the Regalla. It's not going to happen. So we have this nice picture of Aloy on the front, and she is fighting the armoured Tremortusk from the Regalla Edition. We've got all the little triangles on here as well. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Got your PlayStation Studios logo and your Guerrilla Games logo. On the side here, we have the little pyramid, which is the... I can't even remember what they're called. You had to unlock them from the first one. Now, I played Horizon 1 when it first came out, back in like 2017. I played it to death, I played the DLC, but to be honest, I haven't picked it up since. And a lot of my friends have been playing it again this week in preparation for this. I've just not had time. But this is like one of the locked off buildings that Aloy had to open up with her spear. On the other side here, we've got, you know, says PS5, we're a PS5 edition. We've got the Tremortusk logo there. On the back, it says what we actually get. So we get the huge Tremortusk model. Very looking forward to that. Then we get this little Aloy statue. Now, this is why I thought it's not going to be that big, because look how small she looks. It's like, it's almost pointless for her to be in the edition because of how small she's going to be. I was like, in my head, I was like, this is going to be like a Warhammer model. Aloy's going to be like this big and the Tremortusk is going to be like this. It's not going to be that impressive. I was wrong, and I have to admit that and take defeat. So, we have the Steelbook. No game, unfortunately. It is a digital edition. As we have the digital edition. We do get an art book, though, which I like. We get the Tremortusk model, the little Aloy, and we get 2 in-game skins. Behemoth Elite Outfit and Shortbow, and Nora Thunder Elite Outfit and Sling. I like all of these things, so I'm not going to waffle on anymore. We're going to open it up. So bear with me, because I'm not actually too sure how this whole thing opens. There's like tape everywhere. There was tape on top, there's tape around the side. Part of me feel like it's just gonna like all collapse outwards, so we don't have to mess around getting the statue out too badly. I'm just going to try and protect the seals just a little bit. Like I said, I can't figure out. Ah, there we go. Okay, I've got it. We can open it up from the side, luckily. So let's turn it this way and see what we can see in... Oh, there's another seal. Bear with me. I always try not to damage the boxes. It's like, I'm never going to resell it, but it's just for my own peace of mind. Right, so inside we have Very beautiful box. So this is literally just an outer sleeve, so I'm going to put it on the floor and I'm going to lift the box out. Okay, so that took me quite a minute because this is heavy. Now this is much more the aesthetic we've been seeing with Horizon Forbidden West, and this box is absolutely beautiful. Very well detailed. Everything is just so vibrant, so green, so aesthetically pleasing. We have Aloy here with her spear and her bow. Lots of greenery in the background. Turn around to the side. We have more greenery. Some little flowers down here. One of the machines. I think this is a Strider, if I remember correctly. Don't hold me to that. Like I said, I haven't played the game in years. Back here we've got one of the flying machines. I'm not sure which one this is. Kind of looks like a pterodactyl. But again, we've got the water. All these really cool sceneries. I can't wait to dive in. On this side we have, again, and if we unfolded this all, it's like a panorama. They're not different images. This is the bridge. Now, of course, I'm from England, so my American geography is not that great. I can't remember where this bridge is, but it's beautiful. It's falling down. It's dilapidated. Another pterodactyl style machine over there. Turn the box on its end. We have the Horizon Forbidden West logo with that bridge again in there. So yeah, that is the box, and underneath it's the similar, not that that's important at all, but it's a similar aesthetic to the exterior box. So let me see inside. We just lift this right off. Oh crap, I'm gonna have to come on here. Hopefully I'm not gonna like break anything. There we go. Ooh. Let's get these little bits out of the way. Your little silica gel, do not eat. It's funny how they have to put that on there just because of that one guy that one time. So this is the Tremortusk model, and I will admit, like, it's big, but like it's also not quite as big as I originally envisaged after they announced how big it was. I honestly thought it was a little bigger, but it's still super impressive. The Aloy is as small as I imagined it would be. She's very small, only maybe 2.5 inches. But that's okay. I mean, if it's too big, we won't ever find a home for it, just because it's too damn big. So I'm gonna have to be real careful here. I'm trying not to wreck anything. I'm actually gonna lay it on its back here and literally lift it out, just because that's gonna be the safer thing to do. There's more tape and things that I have to watch out for. There we go. You'll have to let me know in the comments, what edition did you get? Did you get the Regalla Edition? Did you just get the Collector's Edition? Or did you only manage to pick up the Steelbook, or just the Standard Edition itself? Right, so there we go. There's even more tape. This is a lot of protection going on, which I'm glad about, you know. I'm glad they've gone to that extra effort. There's nothing worse than receiving a collector's edition that's not been packed properly. Okay, so let's get that off there. Some of these bits are detachable, so it will be a little bigger than it sits in the box, just because. Right, let's get Aloy out first, because she's only small, Not quite like Warhammer small, but nearly. She's only maybe 2.5 inches tall, and that is real small. But I do like her, you know, she is like very well detailed, very well painted. Her bow even has a little piece of actual string on there. Yeah, I like it. It's detailed, but like me personally, I would have preferred like an 8-inch version of this. But Dark Horse have actually come out with their own model, which is huge and very well painted, well detailed. Half of me feels like I should have like got something along those lines, because you know Dark Horse always come through with their models. Right, so what else we have in here? We have the tail, which is very cool. This is very well detailed as well. Very well painted, high quality. I like it. I mean, just unboxing these like collector's editions, if anything, it just gets you really hyped to play the game. Got these little sort of claws that we'll have to attach on in a minute. Again, same, I can't pick any fault with it, you know, it's well painted, well sculpted, no like crazy seams or paint smudges or any of that stuff that you'd expect from like a cheaper model. So let's get them out the way, and let's get the main attraction out. Oh, there's some more claws here as well. So we have this one, just practically the same, and we have, I always worry about breaking stuff when getting them out of these boxes, because they're so well like in the box that I'm worried about breaking it. There we go. Let's try and prize that up. There we go. So we've got another one of the claws there. I like that. Right, so let's get the Tremortusk out. It's not quite as heavy as I thought it would be. Let's put that down there. We also have another plastic mold, and then these are the instructions. This just tells us where the claws are going, just so we can't mess it up. So I'll quickly just attach these claws on. I assume only one can go per piece. Like, they have different connectors on the back, so they can only go in their correct place. So give me a few seconds, and I will just put these on, and then once I'm done, we will come back and look at the whole thing together. Okay, so I have now attached, I said this was the tail, that's stupid, it's not a tail, it's an elephant, it's its trunk. So I have attached the trunk, and then these claws here, literally like mandibles and tusks, and they were a little hard to get on. It's like I was a little worried about breaking it. So like, they're actually color coded, so each one has a color and a certain type of fitting. On the other end there is the corresponding color and fitting. But yeah, it was a little like, I'd have to like force it a little and then it sort of click into place, but it's like you're dealing with something so expensive and so like unique and so on that it's like you're worried about breaking stuff. Like, the trunk didn't actually click into place and I'm there like forcing it, thinking it's not in, but it is, you know. And the whole thing, it's like, it's very robust, it's not flimsy at all, but obviously the tusks and things, it's like they do still move, you know, they are detachable pieces. It's all like, you know, it's quite robust, but it is also kind of fragile at the same time. I wouldn't want to drop it. So yeah, let's have a look at the model itself. So underneath we have Horizon Forbidden West, then an address in London, which is weird, but says made in China. Got these little bits on the bottom as well. Now, let's look at the model. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be, which is good. You know, I thought it was going to be much bigger than this, but that's okay. I do love it. I'm glad it's not quite as big as I thought, because I can now find a home for it a little easier. We've got our little Aloy figure as well. So it's on a snowy base. It's relatively well painted. We've got a little footprint back here on where the Tremortusk has been walking. We've got some little leaves on the ground, some rock, all the little antennas and the armor and the other things. It's like, it is very impressive to look at, and I do really like it. Oh, this foot as well is, oh, so, okay, so this foot is actually in the air, so he's kind of like in an action pose, but it is a little, it's got a little play in it, a little movement. That's okay, it just shows that it's been constructed from several different pieces, and they're not actually glued in, they're just like, you know, a little loose. That's okay, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, once I've sort of displayed it, it's not going to be bothered again, but I do really love it, and it's great. So let's set that back down. We've got our little Aloy, and I'll probably display my Aloy on the statue, something, you know, like that, and that'll do just fine. So let's look at what else we get in the box, because, you know, it's not just all about the statue. So on the collector's base here, and again, are you going to be displaying it in the cardboard like here, or just on its own on a shelf? Because the cardboards are impressive, but obviously they take up a lot of space. So let me take this out here. As we can see, this little shelf comes out. We saw similar in The Last of Us 2 Collector's Edition with these little sort of shelves that you can get. And we have our art book and our Steelbook. So let's look at the art book real quick. There's the Steelbook. And I never want to damage anything. Underneath as well, we have Horizon Forbidden West printed on the bottom of the cardboard there. So let's have a quick look at that. We've got our art book, which is from Dark Horse, which is the same people who make the Last of Us art books and things like that. It looks kind of similar, it's the same kind of thing. So the art of Horizon Forbidden West is like in gloss on the front, and it looks very nice. Very good quality. It smells real good. We always do this. So interestingly, I'm just going to pull this up, it's no big deal. The art of Horizon Forbidden West, and then we have the same page again, but says Dark Horse Books on it. I don't know if that's an error, or it's meant to be like that. Then it just says who made the game and so on, and we've got like Aloy, sat hunting a deer. We've got Aloy again, one of the machines at a watering hole. The iconic scenery of whichever American city this used to be. Again, excuse my geography. Aloy swimming underwater. I can't wait for those mechanics in game. Some more here. There's lots of different environments going on. Deserts, underwater. Some old machinery here. And I love the fact you can climb and jump and swim and all that. Scars of war, so we're looking at some old machines here that have like seized and rusted. Aloy's down here. All very, very beautiful. I love that shot from the trailer. I think everybody did. Here's some of the weapons we've got here, like a bow, a spear. This looks like a harpoon and a sling. And I've forgotten a lot of the controls and everything, but it's okay. I'm just going to have to learn them all again. We've got the Oseram tribe here. They were friends from the first one, I believe. We've got the Utaru. They're new as far as I'm aware. I might be wrong. The Quen. You know, lots of cool things going on here. I really like this. Just a quick look at some of the new enemies and friends. It's gonna be all good fun. Lots of nice aesthetic choices with the characters. We haven't seen this in the previous game before. I wonder if we're gonna see tall necks still, or any of the machines from the older one, or they're all gonna be new machines. You know, look at this sort of tribal headwear. It's like very cool, very different to Aloy's tribe. The Regalla. There's that Tremortusk. I can't wait to fight that. I say I can't wait. We know what the gameplay looks like from that because we've seen it in the gameplay trailer. But just a very cool little art book, and I love art books. I love physical. The cauldrons, that's what that building is, remember? I really enjoyed doing those in the previous one. And the machines as well. There are so many new machines in this one. We got the Tremortusk, the Striders, big turtle thing as well. That'll be fun to fight. The Tremortusks again. So that is the little art book, and that's just a nice little thing. I like that. Assumably they'll do a bigger version of this as well. That's really cool. I really like that. And then on to the main event, which is the Steelbook. And this is very cool as well. Let me unwrap it. And one of the things I will immediately complain about, just for complaining's sake, and this is just a personal preference thing that sometimes annoys me, on the spine of the game, it's not got the name of the game. I mean, the case is like extremely... Why can't I get into this? Let's just very carefully, not to scratch the metal, open it up, like, there we go. So like, you know, we all generally display games on a shelf, usually like this, and you know, that is how we identify what the game is. Like a book, it has the title on the side, and when displaying it, you know, it has the name right there. This doesn't, which I guess is kind of annoys me. It's just a little thing. But the focus here on Aloy's head is actually like shiny, and in the Tremortusk's eyes or lasers, whatever they are shiny as well. We've got Aloy, she's got a spear, we've got a little machine here, the bridge, Aloy again, the Tremortusk, some more machines. On the back we've like your Striders and some of the little machines there. I really like that. That is a nice Steelbook. Now, bear with me, I don't need to see my codes. There we go. But yeah, so luckily the disc is here, so when the time comes, when it's cheap enough, I will be getting the disc, and it will live in there. But this is the collector's edition, and it is a digital edition. I've got quite a few codes in here for different things. Let me take them out so I can show you the full thing. Now this is interesting because we've got two discs. Is the game that big that we're having to go back to that old school like Metal Gear Solid style disc 1 for half the game, disc 2 for the other half of the game? Or is it just like Red Dead Redemption where there's like a data disc and a game disc? I don't know, because this is the digital edition, but if you have the original, let me know. I'm sure it's just like that. We had it with Red Dead Redemption, we had it with The Last of Us 2. There's probably just a data disc and a game disc, so that is really cool. I love that inside art. I love the outside art. That is absolutely awesome. And I will be installing my game in a minute and jumping right in, which I'm sure many of you are already doing. So that is it. That is the Horizon 2 Forbidden West Collector's Edition. We have our very cool Tremortusk. It's like 10 inches, I think. It's very impressive, very cool. I'm going to have to find a nice home for it to display in pride of place. We have our Dark Horse Art of Horizon Forbidden West 2. Absolutely amazing. I love that. And the Steelbook to go with it as well. So that is everything. Let me know in the comments which edition you managed to pick up, how you're enjoying the game so far. I'm going to spend the rest of the weekend playing. I hope you enjoyed the game. So that is me. 10 out of 10. I really like it. I mean, the price wasn't even that bad. You know, some editions we get, maybe like Resident Evil, they're a little more pricey and we don't get that much stuff, but the quality is good. This was relatively cheap, 160. It came at like 8 AM as well, which I usually complain. I wasn't even out of bed yet, but it's really good. I love it. 10 out of 10. If you weren't able to get it, I'm sorry, you know, these are probably going to be like gold dust now, so let's go play the game. Thanks very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There is a link in the description for Retro Looker merch. I'll see you later.